Why do anime girls fall for guys who did nothing? And I gotta be honest, this is completely true. In the thumbnail, I believe he literally showed, Naruto and Hinata. And it's like, Naruto never really did anything for Hinata. Like, it didn't really, the love story didn't make sense. And this has just been a problem, like, with running Shonen, recently.
Shonen anime is great at fights, rivalries, and underdog stories, but when it comes to romance, the main character doesn't really have to do anything. And you'll see
Yep.
this pattern across the most popular anime out there.
Well, with Death Note, it just felt like Misa Amane was meant to be like kind of plot armor or a plot device. Like a lot of Death Note fans complained that she was a plot device because it just felt too random that she fell in love with Light. Like, yes, Light objectively, he's tall and he's good looking within his verse and all that, and he's smart, but it just felt too convenient that she falls in love with him.
Male lead always has to show the most basic common courtesy.
Dragon Ball Z was like I don't understand why. I don't even remember her name, but I still don't get why she just randomly liked Goku. Like it's all so random. Like why?
To see, or perhaps beat up a few bullies, and the female character's entire purpose shifts to wanting the guy, devoting their entire devotion to them. And these kind of tropes are big reasons as to why different groups have issues.
Okay, with Eren, I feel like with Attack on Titan, since Eren saved Mikasa when Mikasa was young, I could kind of understand why Mikasa would love Eren because, he saved her life, so she developed this like emotional attachment because he was like her savior. He saved her life.
Anime, the easiest one to digest before things get weird, and that's Naruto and Hinata. This is one of the cleanest examples of glazing before the relationship even starts.
100%.
Because if the roles were reversed, there's no way he would survive the creep allegations. Naruto defends Hinata.
Look at Mineta from My Hero Academia. Mineta's a simp and everybody like clowns him and calls him a creep and stuff, bro.
One time as
Mineta's the guy with like the purple ball hair from My Hero Academia.
Kids, gets knocked out, gives her the scarf, and from that instant, she's locked in. Every step of the way, she's out here watching him closely, admiring his ninja way and building a whole motivation around him. Don't get me wrong, it's wholesome, but Naruto doesn't even know what's happening. Naruto spends half the series believing nobody sees him, while the story has already assigned him unconditional loyalty, and it all leads to a point where she literally sacrifices.
And then, of course, the girl that Naruto likes ends up liking Sasuke. Naruto likes Sakura, but of course Sakura has to like Sasuke, right? Because Sasuke is the cool, edgy bad boy or whatever.
Herself for Naruto out of this love. But I guess we had to wait until Neji dies and the last Naruto movie to see any sort of reciprocation.
I was mad when Neji died. Neji was a good character, man.
The relationship isn't built through mutual growth, but instead through a long-term admiration that Naruto doesn't even participate in. And if Hinata's the wholesome version of this trope, Misa is the chaotic one. Her parents were murdered.
I mean, here's the difference. I mean, I forgot that Light Yagami wrote Misa Amane's parents' killer down in his notebook. So basically, like, he avenged Misa's parents, but it just doesn't hit the same as it does with Attack on Titan. Because in Attack on Titan, Eren directly saved Mikasa's life. Eren like stabbed the burglars who were trying to kidnap Mikasa because she was half Asian, half white or whatever. But with this, it's just like, Light Yagami did write down, Misa's parents' killer's names in his notebook, but it didn't feel like as impactful because Light Yagami wasn't directly there. Eren directly saved Mikasa's life and put his life on the line. All Light had to do was just write down a killer's name in a notebook. Like, these are two very different scenarios. And just the way that it's written within Death Note, it feels like Misa truly was a plot device. Mikasa was not a plot device in Attack on Titan. Also, if anything, Mikasa was literally the person who cut off Eren's head in the final chapters in the final movie.
Kira kills the murderer. She attaches her gratitude to Light. From that point onwards, her entire identity revolves around him, and the receipts are insane. She halves her lifespan for him, ignores his orders to her.
She halved her lifespan for him twice, 2 times. Not 1 time, but she cut her lifespan in half 2 times. Even Ryuk was getting kind of scared. He was like, Ryuk was literally telling Misa, "You know you've already halved your life once." And then he made this creepy, scary face and he was like, "Are you sure you want to do it again?" Like it felt like even Ryuk was like, "This girl's crazy." She quartered her life. She cut her life in half 2 times for Light Yagami.
Avoid suspicion, threatens other girls he dates, refuses to kiss co-stars, continues devotion with little reciprocation. And to be honest, as crazy as it sounds, this sort of attachment isn't completely random. As absurd as it sounds, she was deeply traumatized. The emptiness and depression she felt having her entire family murdered before her eyes isn't something that goes away in a day. And the fact
I
that
mean,
Light
true.
came in and killed the murderer may have just had her forming an attachment under the stress. But notice how the story never forces Light to earn that loyalty. He's just glad he gets to use her for his Shinigami eyes. Whether it's wholesome admiration like Hinata or trauma-fueled obsession like Misa, the pattern is the same. And trust me, this isn't a modern thing. Back in the 80s, Urusei Yatsura did this in the most obvious way possible. Ataru wins a game of tag to save Earth, yells, "No, I can get married," because he was promised marriage by someone else, and Lam hears that and says, "Bet, we're engaged." And coincidentally on her planet, any expression of engagement is sacred. So now she's his wife. From that point on, Lam is locked in, loyal, devoted, calling him darling, shocking him whenever he flirts.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know this anime.
Ataru spends the entire series denying he loves her. He barely even initiates affection. And then there's Mikasa. This is where the trope stops being cute. Her parents are murdered, Eren saves her, wraps a scarf around her, tells her to fight. And from that point on, Eren isn't just someone she likes. He becomes the reason she exists. For most of the story, Eren isn't emotionally open. He's distant, sometimes harsh, but Mikasa's devotion doesn't weaken. Some people argue this isn't even romance, it's trauma attachment, but regardless of what you call it, the structure stays the same. Her identity orbits around him, and in the end, she's the one who kills him, not because she stops loving him, but because she loves him and chooses the world over him. And even after that, she keeps the scarf. Whether it's wholesome admiration, trauma bonding, accidental engagement, the pattern stays the same. The devotion exists before the relationship does. I don't know, bro. Maybe it's not that Shonen can't write romance. Maybe it just prefers loyalty over uncertainty, I guess.
Maybe. I mean, I still think it's a problem. I don't know. Shonen just doesn't. A lot of shonen authors just kind of don't know how to write romance. It's a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, it's like we don't necessarily even need romance in shonen. It's usually just meant so that the main characters can have children and they can continue the story, like with Boruto, or maybe even there'll be like a two piece where we have Luffy's son and he's trying to find the One Piece or something like that. Um, yeah, romance in shonen is just very, very weird. Um, I'm not sure. And it's so weird because it's not even like Kishimoto, it's not even like Naruto's author like isn't in a relationship. I'm pretty sure Kishimoto is married and he might have children, so it's like shouldn't he have a good grasp on how romance works? But yeah, Hinata and Naruto was just horribly written.